Hi, in this video, I just want to try to show you how to set up a coding environment. So you can set up coding environments in Windows and like Mac OS systems. It's a little bit more complicated with permissions and everything. My favorite thing to do is to create a virtual environment that contains an Linux operating system. So my favorite operating system is Ubuntu. So we're going to set that up. So the first thing that you want to do is download VirtualBox. Oracle. So right here, it's super easy. Click download, and then Windows or whatever operating system you have. Open the file. We can get this set up real quick. You don't need to change anything. Install. So what this is, it's kind of like the house that your environment will live in. So finish. So yeah, now I have VirtualBox down here. So VirtualBox, we can add different operating systems in here. What we need is an ISO file that will launch the environment. Ubuntu is great because it has all of the coding and developer packages already pre-installed, so we don't have to do a whole lot. All right, so here, let's go to Ubuntu download. All right, get Ubuntu. All right, so Ubuntu is an open source software. It's just like Mac or Microsoft Windows. So here, so let's download Ubuntu desktop. Here I'll have a bunch of versions. It's all open source, so the most recent version is normally the best to get. This is the Jellyfish version, so let's download that. So that will start the download. This download will take a second, so I'm just going to cut the video, and then I'll be right back. All right, so now that the ISO file is downloaded, what we can do now is create our virtual environment. So from here, I'm going to do new. I'm going to call this Ubuntu. You can give it any name that you want to. And then right here, the ISO image. This is what we just downloaded. So in my downloads, it just pops up right here. I'm going to select that. And then it knows that Ubuntu is about to be downloaded. So I'm going to do next. You can set your passwords here if you want to. I think mine's already predefined because I've done this before. So then next. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So you don't want to be destroying your computer with this. You need to give enough memory that you can use it, but you also don't want to be like taking away from your main computer too much. So I have a really nice desktop, so I have tons of space that I can use. So I normally bring it into the green lines and then like the green lines. The processors, once you get into doing more like high intensity processing, it's great to have more CPUs that it can leverage because the processing will be faster. So if you're doing anything with like AI or just like ingesting tons of data, it's definitely good to have more resources. For like a basic environment, if you don't have the capabilities of utilizing as many resources, having it try to keep it in the green. I think this manages it automatically. So it probably won't affect you as much as long as you keep it in that green area. If you're playing a lot of like video games, that might cause an issue, but normally standard, keep it in the green. If you ever need to get rid of this, it's super easy to erase too. So you don't have to worry about it too much. So then I'm just gonna do next, create the hard disk, cool. Don't need to do anything there, and then finish. Okay, so now the VM is going to power up, and Ubuntu is kicking off. So what I'm going to do, awesome, click the mouse key press, capture. No, that's just a bunch of garbage, capture. All right. So this is setting up, partitioning everything. This just takes a second. And what's cool about this is now I have an entire new operating system apart from my computer. Linux is great. It has a tons of open source stuff already installed on it. So it has LibreOffice instead of Microsoft Word, which is a free word processor, as a PowerPoint maker. It doesn't work as well as some of the Microsoft tools that you can buy, but it's definitely useful. I used it a ton when I was in college just because I couldn't really afford to just buy a bunch of Microsoft licenses, but it's definitely useful. And being in this environment, you have like full control of what you're doing. You are the super user, as we call in computer science. It's sudo. In your Windows environment, like I have here, I'm a lot more restricted, and I have to change a ton of permissions to be able to do certain things. And the fun thing with the virtual box is you can blow everything up, just delete it and start over. So it's not the end of the world. It gives you a chance to tinker around and play with things, and you don't have to affect your main computer. All right. And another cool thing with this is like you can host servers within your virtual box. So if I wanted to have a program running in my Windows environment, I could start a server in here and I could reference and chat between the two servers. So it's like having two computers or multiple computers in one. You just have to make sure you have enough space in your computer to be handling all those processes. All right, now that it's installed, we can go into here. All right, so this is Ubuntu. We can change and make it full screen later in the settings. This is just a basic example of how to set everything up. So I'm just going to skip signing into everything. I don't care. No, don't send my info. I like my privacy. All right. So this is going. All right. Location off. All right, so yeah, it's just like Windows or Mac OS. You can download tons and tons of software. VS Code is great for software development. That's what I would recommend getting as well. But just to show you what's really nice about this, we can open a terminal really quick. So this gives you access to everything. You have full control over your system. So, and you don't have to install a lot of the programming packages like a lot of other operating systems require you to do. So let's see where I am right now. I'm a CD home users. All right, VBox user. All right, I'm just gonna go into documents. All right, so I'm just gonna run a basic Python file. So one of my favorite commands, make dir Python files. So now I just made a directory called Python files. I can cd into Python files. All right, so now I'm going to just make a test Python file. So I can do touch Python, let's call it hello world.py. So hello world is kind of the starting point for any sort of coding project. So I'm going to vi this. I don't recommend doing this if you haven't done it before, but it's very easy. So Python is one of the most basic and easy programming languages. So I can insert here and just do print hello world. Finish that off. And I'm going to quit out of here. So now if I run Python hello world, Python hello world. Oh. Python 3. All right, and it says Python hello world. So Python 3 comes installed. I guess regular Python doesn't. Could always change that with an aliasing tag, but it makes it super easy to just kick off and start learning how to code. I hope this was helpful. I love using this. If you have any suggestions about any other videos I should make, just let me know, and hope you have a great day. Have fun coding.